Here is how it goes. You open the app, you request a ride, a driver accepts, you see the little car icon start to move toward you on the map.
And then it stops. And then it turns around. And then the notification pops up. Driver canceled. So you request again. Same thing. And again. Same thing.
By the third or fourth cancellation, you already know what happened. They saw the wheelchair in your profile photo, or they pulled up to your location, took one look, and bailed.
If you have ever lived this, you already know it is not in your head. It is real. It happens. And in this video, I am going to tell you exactly what you can do about it, because complaining into the void is not enough anymore.
First, I want you to know you are not imagining this, and you are not alone. The U.S. Department of Justice has investigated and settled cases against Lyft. The Equal Rights Center sued Uber and won a major federal court ruling. Disability rights advocates filed class action lawsuits in multiple states.
Civil rights testing investigations have proven that wheelchair users get charged higher fares and wait significantly longer for rides than non-disabled passengers. The pattern is documented, the discrimination is documented, and the courts have started to back us up. In March 2021, a federal judge named Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is now on the Supreme Court, ruled that Uber is subject to the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Uber had been arguing for years that they were just a tech company, not a transportation service, and therefore the ADA did not apply to them. The judge said no. She wrote that Uber's failure to address policies that may contribute to longer wait times and higher costs for wheelchair users qualifies as discrimination. That ruling cracked the whole thing open. Rideshare companies cannot just hide behind being an app anymore. They are transportation. The law applies. In 2020, Lyft settled a Department of Justice case after one Los Angeles wheelchair user filed 12 complaints about being denied service. 12. Under the settlement, Lyft paid 4 complainants damages ranging from $4,000 to $30,000 each, plus a $40,000 civil penalty to the federal government. There was also another case where a blind woman named Lisa Irving was awarded over $324,000 after Uber drivers repeatedly refused her service dog. These are not pocket change settlements. The system can work, but it only works if people actually file the complaints. Most do not because nobody told them how. So here is how. Step 1. File the complaint inside the app first. Both Uber and Lyft have in-app reporting for discrimination. Open the trip in your history. Tap Help. Look for an option about driver behavior or being denied service. Be specific. Use the words discrimination and wheelchair. Do not just say the driver was rude. Say the driver canceled after seeing my mobility device, which is a violation of the company's accessibility policy. Under Lyft's Department of Justice settlement, if you make a plausible complaint about wheelchair discrimination, they are required to refund any cancellation charges and give you a credit of at least $10 on your account. That credit is not the point. The paper trail is the point.
Step 2. Document everything. The date, the time, the pickup location, the driver's name and license plate if you can grab it from the app before they cancel. How long you waited. How much the surge price was when you finally got a ride, if you got one at all. Screenshot every cancellation notification. Screenshot the driver's profile photo if you can.
Take a photo of yourself in your chair at the pickup location with a timestamp visible. This is the evidence that turns one complaint into a pattern, and patterns are what the Department of Justice actually investigates. One complaint is a story. 12 complaints is a federal case. Step 3. File a complaint with the Department of Justice directly. This is the part most people do not know exists. You go to ada.gov, that is ada.gov, and click File a Complaint. It is a free online form. You describe what happened, you attach your evidence, you list the dates and the company. The DOJ reviews every complaint that comes in, and even if they do not investigate yours specifically, your complaint becomes part of the data they use to decide whether to launch a bigger investigation. Your one complaint is a drop. 1,000 complaints is a flood. The flood is what gets things changed. Step 4. Your state attorney general. Most states have a civil rights division or a disability rights office inside the attorney general's office. Some states have stronger protections than the federal ADA. Google your state name plus attorney general civil rights complaint. File there too. The state-level complaints sometimes move faster than the federal ones. And they put pressure on rideshare companies in your specific market, which is exactly the kind of pressure that gets local results. If you live somewhere with a state human rights commission, that is another door to knock on.
Step 5. Disability rights legal organizations. There are nonprofits that specialize in this exact stuff, and many of them take cases for free if your situation fits what they are working on. Disability rights advocates. The Disability Rights Education and Defense Fund, the Equal Rights Center, your state's protection and advocacy agency. Every state has one funded by the federal government.
Look up disability rights, followed by your state name, and you will find them. These are the people who file the class action lawsuits. If your story fits an active case they are building, they want to hear from you.
Step 6. Make some noise. I know not everybody is comfortable doing this, but public pressure works. Tag the rideshare company on social media, post the screenshots, tell the story.
Other disabled people will share it because they have lived it too. Local news in many cities has run stories on rideshare discrimination.
And once a story goes local, the company's PR department actually starts paying attention. You do not have to become an activist to make this work. You just have to be willing to say what happened out loud where other people can see it. Now here is the honest part. None of this gets you home tonight. Filing a complaint does not unbreak the trip you are stranded in right now. So while we work on the long-term fight, you also need short-term backup plans. Know your local paratransit number, even if you hate booking days in advance. Know which taxi companies in your area still have wheelchair vans, because some of them do.
If your city has a non-emergency transport service, save the number. If your city has accessible Uber, WAV, or Lyft access, learn the wait times for your specific area so you know when it is realistic and when it is not. Backup plans are not giving up. Backup plans are how you survive while you push for better.
The reason rideshare companies have started to change is not because they suddenly cared. It is because enough disabled people kept filing complaints, kept pushing back, kept refusing to be invisible.
Every report you file is a brick in a wall that somebody else will eventually stand on. The settlements are getting bigger. The court rulings are getting stronger. The companies are running out of places to hide.
So, the next time a driver cancels on you because of your chair, do not just sit there feeling defeated. Document it, report it, send the complaint, tell the story. We are not going to fix this by being polite about it.
Save this video, send it to anybody you know who has been canceled on, and tell me in the comments, how many times has a rideshare driver canceled on you, and what did you do about it? I read every single one. I will see you in the next video.